welcome back to my channel. You may call me Miss Introvert. If you're new here, welcome. If not, thanks for stopping by again. I want to thank everyone who is watching these videos, even if it is the tiniest handful, for your continued support. If you're an extrovert and you've got some ideas, feel free to shout them out. I may be an introvert, but I will never, ever stop talking about writing, fangirling, or anything that pertains to BTS. So we can talk, but just keep your distance. If you follow the steps in my previous video, give it a watch if you haven't yet. Congratulations! You finally narrowed down your ideas and came up with something that could possibly fit into a narrative, like a novel. You could write a novel. Be proud of yourself. This is the first step in many to becoming a published author. Now we're going to talk about the smartest next steps you can take to writing a book. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, introverts, writing, or anything else we talk about today. If you have any critiques or suggestions for future videos, make sure you comment them down below. Also, comment the inspiration behind your ideas. If you don't have anything, that's fine. You can just be quiet. Listening is just as, if not more important than speaking. Without further ado, let's begin! Number 1, make your claim. Ask people about your idea, and have them ask you questions that you may or may not know the answers to. They're all about your books. So what's important is knowing what your book is about, and all of the different plot holes can be sealed nice and tight. But by doing this, you're starting to frame your claim. What's a claim, you might have asked? Well, your claim is a kind of argument or assertion that your story will rely on. The story will be your support and evidence, but what you need to worry about is putting your idea into the form of a logical declarative sentence. Don't want to directly ask humans in person at Starbucks of what they think of your book idea? Join a writing-based Facebook group, or even post a question on Quora and see what responses you get. Looking through the eyes of others will help you refine your idea and make it easier to write when the hard part comes around, which is writing the book. It took me a while to come up with a claim for my book. I was literally just writing whatever came to mind to form what I wanted my book's logic to be centered on. There's a lot of stuff in here. This book isn't the book that I'm working on right now, but it is one that I finished. It's a finished manuscript. It's over. It's done. I still go back and edit it from time to time because why not? Still haven't published it yet. But claims can have anything to do with theme, character development, overcoming obstacles, or anything else that has a message that you would like to tell someone and hint at until your book ends. Number 2, figure out who your audience is going to be. Next, you want to find out who this book is for and what it compares to. By that I mean, who is your target audience? Is it those who enjoy fantasy, sci-fi enthusiasts, suckers for historical dramas, romantic comedy lovers, romantic tragedies, horror fanatics? As you can see, I am a lover of many genres, which makes it so hard to leave my house, let alone my room. Once you find your audience, then you want to convince them that they should read your book. How do you do this? You tell them what it's similar to. This is kind of like making a name for yourself even though you've barely begun the writing process. Even if it's just talking to a few friends or relatives. If the topic comes up in conversation, you want to have a speech prepared, no matter how tedious it can become to recite. Cinder by Marissa Meyer is similar to Star Wars and dystopia. The Selection by Kira Cass is a cross between The Hunger Games and The Bachelor. Renegades, also by Marissa Meyer, is similar to superhero stories. Kind of also reminds me of My Hero Academia. Your girl does love anime. And my book was a cross between Star Wars and fantasy. What's yours? Comment down below your book idea and what it's similar to. Number 3, keep it fresh. So what if your idea becomes less exciting over time? Don't lose your idea, and even though it slips away easily, don't lose your inspiration. Or as I like to phrase it, don't lose your muse. If she does leave your side after a while, don't fret. Even if you try to get her back, she has a mind of her own. Sometimes they abandon you. Write your inspirations down in a notebook or document and write a scene or two to get your mind back in the state of where it was when you were excited about your idea. And just like I warned you in the previous writing experiment video, more ideas will come and they will keep you up at night. So keep a journal or something with you, like your phone that you can just write on, because they may keep you up for a moment, but you will forget them. Telling yourself you can remember them is just an outright lie. Don't do that, okay? Number 4, how much do you really know? Now, in between writing out ideas and telling people about your book, you want to be researching your ideas. You can do this before or after the writing process, but it's very important to know what you're talking about when you're writing. This doesn't mean that you need to be fluent in scientific research or have a degree in law, but it does mean that you can utilize the resources that are free and easy to use. No, it's not textbooks. Those are not free. And it's not library books, though it would be smart to use them when doing in-depth research. But it does help when reading about your favorite stories and reading from your favorite authors and getting tips from their own writing. See what works. Figure out the algorithm of books. But no, can you guess what you can use that's right at your fingertips? That's right, the internet. You can use the internet to do all the research of all kinds of things. There are YouTube videos filmed by experts, articles written by professionals, and links to all kinds of sources that will get you exactly what you're looking for. Not into constantly reading and would rather hear anecdotes directly from an expert? Anecdote. That's such a fun word. That might be my favorite word. Then take a day and look for people you know or even don't know and ask them questions. Have an actual interview with an expert, whether it's a professor, a relative, or someone famous that you might be able to get a hold of. Now, I'm on the reading spectrum of this list of research, and I have yet to interview anyone because I'm afraid of humans. What? But that doesn't mean they won't answer. You can even offer to include them in your acknowledgments, which they'll most likely be appreciative of. And after it's done, you've met and talked to a professional and know what they know? Look at you being assertive and proactive. I'd give you a sticker or something, but I'm in the screen and you're out there, so here's a thumbs up emoji. And those are just some of the ways you can turn your idea into something bigger and better, which will lead to bigger and better stories. And this is just my take on the subject. There are plenty of other ways to do this, and you can modify my advice however you'd like. You might even hate it. If that's the case, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I post about 2 to 3 videos a week, and a new writing experiment video comes out every week, except for next week. Next week I'll be away. Where to? I'll never tell. But you're welcome to speculate. In fact, comment down below where you think I'll be gallivanting off to, and whichever comment I like best, even if it's not accurate, will get next week's shoutout. Well, 2 weeks, because, you know. And this week's shoutout goes to Micah J. Fino. If you want to be featured in next week's shoutout, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment where you think I'll be over the week. Maybe I'll make a video about it because something went awry or whatever. It really does mean the world to me though when you guys are supporting me on this new thing, and I really want to make sure you guys are getting the recognition you deserve. Well, that's all for now, folks. You can follow me on Instagram, check out my blog, and find the writing help you need on my Fiverr account. All the links will be in the description below. And stay basic. Okay, bye!